Hey, in this video we're going to talk about 9 crucial strategies to lift your student retention. So we're going to get into it, but just before we do, just want to let you know that at buildingmusicschool.com there's a brand new masterclass which is really awesome, free for you to download. It's called the 3-step framework that exploded my music school from 30 students to 2,000, and the 3 things that I would change if I had to do it again. It's a really cool free masterclass showing you some of the best things that I wished someone would have given me as I grew my school. So you don't have to want to build something massive, but no matter where you're at, if you're trying to get to the next level, that is a really key resource that you want to get stuck into. So head over to buildingmusicschool.com and get access today. But let's move on and talk about these 9 crucial strategies to lift your student retention, because of course retention is one of the biggest dials that you can turn in your school to improve your profit and lower your stress levels as well. So number 1 is that you want to survey your students. Why would you want to do that? Well, your students and parents want to feel heard. Surveys give them a chance to give you feedback, and surveys allow you to gather all that feedback in one place, making it easy to digest and work with. You'll get some really good descriptive answers on pain points that your students and customers are facing, and you might not be aware of them, so it's really helpful. A couple other reasons you want to survey people is occasionally you get the best ideas. Sometimes we got our best ideas for our music school from surveys and ideas we weren't even thinking about. So that's another great reason. A couple more, surveys give you a chance to go back to your customers and say, hey, here's all the feedback you gave us and here's what we did with it. And so you can show them, hey, we listened, we're listening to you, we're trying to build the thing that you want, so keep giving us feedback and look at all the great things we're doing. So that's a great one. Last one is that surveys can actually confirm or deny your opinion on certain things. You might think that your customers or students feel a certain way, and actually doing a survey and asking the right questions around that topic will confirm whether you're right or not, and you need the actual data to make hard decisions. So number 1 thing to help with retention is you should survey. We do it every year, and it's something you want to calendar and do as well. Number 2 is that you want to customize and drip out all your curriculum or lesson plans for your students. So whether it's you or your team doing it, you don't want to give everyone a massive amount of stuff all at once. You want to actually show them, hey, here's the tailored plan of sort of where we're heading and what it's going to do for them, what is the result it's going to get them. That might be demonstrating that, hey, you're going to be able to play this, or you're going to be able to achieve this, or you're going to get to perform this. And you want to actually drip things out so they've got a reason to keep coming back. Another thing with that is to make sure that students get a opportunity to weigh in on what they are going to be learning. We had a saying at my school that people they don't buy in until they get a chance to weigh in, and that was true for our staff as well as our students as well. So we were always trying to get the balance of what do students really need versus what do they want. If you can get that balance right, really helps with retention. Number 3 is that people come for the content, but they stay for the community. So number 3 is to build community. This was a massive secret to our success for our studio. In everything we did, between students, staff, parents, etc., we always looked for ways to build friendships, to build community, to get people knowing each other. We even had silly rules like when someone walks in the door to say hi within 2 seconds, if you pass someone in a hallway to introduce them to another student or a parent if they didn't know them. Look at your studio and think, how could you build community in different ways? We even went down to like the waiting room, and we thought about, okay, what could we put in the waiting room that builds community? Well, it's not going to be video games probably, but it's going to be like interactive board games, or we had a foosball table and all sorts of crazy ideas as we grew bigger and bigger. But look at what can you do in your studio to build community, to get people feeling like they're part of something, not just attending lessons, but they're actually part of your school, your brand, and the cool stuff that you're doing. So that's number 3, build community. All right, well, number 4 is next, and before we go into that, could you just give the like button or the thumbs up a bit of a tap? That would be amazing. Helps the algorithm, and it makes a big difference for us. Thanks heaps. Number 4, you need to implement strategies for parents to participate in the learning process at home. Okay, so you really have to work hard, and this is something we did a lot of work on at our school to make parents realize that their child's success and their return on investment of paying for fees is not all going to come out of the 30-minute lesson. You know, their entire success and musical journey does not hinge on the 30 minutes or the 60 minutes that they're with you every week. So you need to make sure that you involve the parents. So you need to show them this is how you get involved as a parent at home to help your child learn, and this is how you can help. And you need to build resources. And so we had all sorts of ideas, but that's the main thing you need to do is you need to make sure the parents are involved, they're invested, they understand there's a bit of responsibility, and they know practically how to help. Maybe you've made them some videos, some little workbooks on how to help, anything that's going to get them involved, so it's not just all resting on your shoulders. That is number 4. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is that you want to add gamification or challenges or competitions by having shorter goals and making it fun and gamifying things. That makes it so much more sticky for students to be involved, to want to stretch towards winning these little goals, or having a short-term goal to focus on with the possibility of a prize. And you want to mix it up. You want to think, hey, do I lay my timetable out for the year based on months or based on school terms? How do you do it? Where can you put in competitions, and how can you best communicate it and build hype and get everyone excited and find different levels of prizes, so it's not just the one epic awesome kid winning every time, but a way that everyone can get involved, everyone can win something and feel that progression, and it just makes it fun. Like, part of learning should be fun. And so gamification is happening everywhere in education, so we all need to keep up and do that as well ourselves. So that is number 5. We need to gamify and add challenges and competitions. All right, number 6 is that you need to create opportunities that your competitors don't offer. So at our school, we worked really hard to create a whole bunch of epic things that you couldn't get anywhere else. And so you want to think the same. You don't have to do a whole heap, but you want to have a few things that are special. So, research your competitors, see what they're doing, and see how you can stand out. Maybe you've got skills or equipment to record students so they can learn a song, publish it on YouTube or a Facebook video or something like that. Maybe you can do special events they get invited to only for students, or special workshops with guests, or holiday programs, or summer camps, all that sort of stuff. Maybe you've even got an online resource library of ideas that students can access, or training videos. Maybe it's the competitions, the challenges. Look for ways that you can create opportunities that only you offer in your area. And once you've got those things and they're going well, and you've got good testimonials and stories and videos, use that to leverage it and pump the word out there, so it creates that FOMO, fear of missing out, for other people. So that's number 6. Create opportunities that your competitors do not offer. Okay, number 7 is that you need to have a strategy to maintain momentum during the holiday breaks. Okay, it's the easiest way to lose interest, and you need to try and find ways to keep that momentum up. That's something we worked really hard on. Often for the younger kids, it's holiday programs and special workshops. For the teenagers, it was more specialized workshops and guests and events, and often free pizza and movie tickets and all these sorts of cool ideas, and again, other competitions and things happening in the holidays. And you want to have goals sort of at the end of holidays that they're working towards with big prizes, so that gap there doesn't become something where they just release and think, oh, I'll put music on hold, I can slack off now. But it's a season that they work towards something cool, and they're looking forward to coming back. You get the idea. So figure out all the different ways you can keep that momentum going during the holiday breaks, and that will lift your retention as well. All right, number 8 is creating lock-ins. So this is a term that we talked about at our school a lot, about how can we create things that students get sort of access to when they're a member or a student, and if they leave, they lose access. So what are all the great ideas that sort of lock them in because they don't want to lose it? There's loads of different ideas for this. I'll just give you one to get your brain thinking. The online library of all the video demonstrations of what you teach. So your teaching curriculum, you've probably got a pool of resources that you pull from, and generally sort of teach people, and it's customized for each student, I'm sure. But what if you had a video library of all those videos and the PDFs loaded, and it's part of your lesson, and it's something to help them during the week and they get access to? That sort of thing is very affordable and easy to set up nowadays. And so that's something that if a student quits, or they lose access to all of that. So that would be one example of lock-ins. Plenty more, but that's something you want to think about. What are the things that you can add for your students that they'd be really gutted if they left and they lost access to? So that's number 8, create lock-ins. Okay, number 9, final one, is that we need to get our attitude right and keep up with the times. You might be thinking some of the things we've just gone through are a little bit gimmicky or just exhausting to implement, or, shouldn't kids just harden up? You might be thinking, I didn't need any of this sort of stuff to keep me engaged and wanting to show up to lessons and practice hard. Times have changed, and you actually have to keep up, and you have to pivot. And if you want to build a music teaching business beyond just teaching solo at home, if you want to build something more successful, you have to be customer focused, student focused, and you have to keep up with the times. And there's a whole lot of science and research out there on how things have changed, why they've changed, what we need to do about it, and you need to be aware of that and make the right pivots, and that will help you increase your retention, grow your business, and improve your impact, improve your income, and improve your life. So really cool. There's 9 awesome ideas. Go through, write down what actions you can apply. If you'd like more resources and help with growing your music teaching business, head over to Build a Music School. Grab all the free stuff first. If you want to join us, and if you'd like me to work with you and help you or get you plugged into our BAM Squad membership, awesome. But go grab all the free stuff first. So buildamusicschool.com. See you over there.